I think the attraction with Mr. Darcy is he's a little bit mysterious and we don't know really what's going on, but I don't think it's really an attractive mysterious.
Pride and Prejudice.
Maybe this is because of You've Got Mail, but
I bet you read that book every year. I bet you just love that Mr. Darcy.
Mr. Darcy is the character that I knew of from a more of a pop culture standpoint. Mr. Darcy is the guy that everyone is always talking about. And I don't think that I completely understand what the thing is about him that everyone seems to be so obsessed with. Things that I like about him, I like that he's complex.
What on earth have you done to poor Mr. Darcy? I have no idea.
I get that this is a early version of enemies to lovers dynamic, but this is where I need your help, Laura. I do not understand where this initial beef is coming from between Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth.
In my opinion, they don't have beef. Their basis of attraction towards each other is that they both go against the grain. Jane Austen, when she was writing this, uses it as a vehicle to form this attraction of being like, oh, well, he's also a little bit unpleasant.
But her sister Elizabeth is very agreeable.
Perfectly tolerable, I dare say. Not handsome enough to tempt me.
And is going to do the opposite of what people expect of him. I think the attraction with Mr. Darcy is he's a little bit mysterious and we don't know really what's going on, but I don't think it's really an attractive mysteriousness. A lot of, at least the fairy tales that we end up with are these very perfect Prince Charming men who don't have any flaws and no complexity. And then Mr. Darcy is the one who's oh, he's a little bit different and he's going to play hard to get. But then he's also in love with me and he's confusing me.
When he proposed,
Please do me the honor of accepting my hand.
were you what? Where is this coming from?
Yes, the whole thing is kind of ridiculous. During this time, you met a man and you'd had a dance and then you got married. Because there was so much on the line of well, if you don't get married, you're going to end up on the street. And this is an economic decision, not a love story. And if you get some love in it, great. So I think that my standards of how I view that scene are kind of acceptance with this is just how it was, no lead up. They went to 2 balls together. They yelled at each other. And then he follows her after church and is...
I don't understand.
I love you.
What do you mean you're in love with me?
The moments that I liked the most with him was when we finally see him in this different light, when he's at his own estate, being really sweet with his sister, because it made me feel okay, this guy is has some range and isn't completely brooding and mad all the time and isn't holding so true to this disposition. I think he even says it he is the type of person that kind of likes to keep to himself. He doesn't really being in these social situations, especially when he doesn't know anyone. It's almost like he's a level of anxiety. And we kind of see him in this different light and him starting to soften. I enjoyed that contrast once we were able to get him in the second half of the movie.
You kind of bringing up this point that he's maybe a little bit of an introvert and he does have a good heart, and those parts of him I understand, but I think this idea and this pedestal that society has put him on as this literary heartthrob, it feels a little problematic to me.
Yeah.
Because it's almost there's this grumpy guy and oh, but he can be sweet sometimes. I'm sorry, that's not good enough for me. That's very letting guys get away with being jerks.
Yes, completely agree with you. The term boys will be boys. And I think that we really in society completely allow for that to happen. It's really our own fault to let men get a pass and treat women, I think, with less respect because of these characters and ideas that we have in our head that it's like, well, this is just how it's supposed to be, which I think is kind of like more of the Mr. Wickham, right? It's like this man who isn't a good person, does not have good intentions, but draws you in with his charm and then kind of like leaves you high and dry when you don't give him what he wants. But his like affect, he's not playing hard to get because he's a sociopath. If we were to almost like blend their two characters, that would have been like the perfect explanation of like certain men in society who do not treat women with respect, and we give them a complete pass for it and then like put them on a pedestal.
The only silver lining in it is that he ends up with someone like Elizabeth. Like, I don't
Yes.
feel like their relationship is unhealthy because I think that they have a very balanced relationship. Both Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy need this level of fulfillment that they're only going to find from people like one another.
And my biggest issues with him are his clothing. Mr. Darcy's large hat, thumbs down. Mr. Darcy's riding boots, thumbs down. Mr. Darcy's very oversized pants, thumbs down.